Pretty much experts. I'm Robert John.
Oh, hey everybody.
There's Skyler letting out his dragon's breath. And we got Mikey in the van. How you doing, buddy?
I pissed on my back.
Doing great. Doing great over here.
Did you just say you pissed on your back?
Yeah, I did, yeah. I did.
Right before we hit record, we were just all complaining again about being hungover and how Skyler wishes his new house he bought had a tile floor so you could go lay on it.
Closet.
Tile closet.
Yeah, I need some tiles.
But what about a tiled floor is so fucking great to lay on when you feel like shit?
It's just, I think it's like the ceramic is cool.
It's cool to the touch.
It's refreshing.
Yeah.
It's a refreshing.
It's preferably level.
Yeah. But it's true, though. It's like, I love puking because you feel immediately better. Mm-hmm. But then even better than that is the next step of just laying on the floor beside the toilet for like 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's like, I got that all out of me. My day's going to get better. And this is like, this is Christmas in front of a fireplace level of comfort.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah. As soon as it's out.
Yeah. Yeah, I still don't really enjoy it. I'm getting to that point in my life where I don't like puking anymore. Not that I ever enjoyed it, but now it's just like, fuck you.
I enjoy the relief. So I think there's definitely a level of enjoyment, but it's not like, woo, can't wait to puke this Saturday.
Yeah, if I could not,
I had that thought, because, like, Rory was coming over this weekend, and all week we were talking about we're getting goon sacks or goon sacking. And then, like, I was at the liquor store on Friday, and I was just like, do I really want to do that? Like, it's hilarious, and we'll have a lot of fun, but I'm also, like, deciding now that I'm going to have a horrible weekend.
Yeah.
Like, I'm choosing it to be awful.
Yeah,
because, like, I don't really like wine that much. Like, it's fine. I'll have a glass.
Yeah.
But when you're, like, trying to consume, like, 4 liters of it, like, it fucking sucks. It's a chore to get down.
Yeah.
And all that sugar and the hangover tomorrow is going to be horrible.
Absolutely.
Like, why am I signing up for this? Like, I'm just getting a bottle of whiskey. Like, fuck that. A nice, safe bottle of whiskey.
Yeah. Get a bottle of moonshine.
Yeah. I like my hangover predictable, thank you.
Yeah. And I know that the wine hangover is horrible.
I feel like it's like the male equivalent of menopause.
It is.
You're like hot, you're cold, you're hot, you're cold. You feel like puking, but do you need to puke? And everything's red and messy.
Yeah, there's red stains exactly all
like
over
menopause.
my pillow.
Yeah. It's like borderline male menopause.
You know girls have it too, though, right?
No.
Hangovers?
I don't think they have wine hangovers. Girls love wine.
Yeah, that's true.
It's something about endorphins,
no, they
maybe?
just get real menopause.
It's all that estrogen.
Estrogen does something like... Yeah, girls fucking love wine. I don't know what it is.
Blocks the sugar.
I don't know. It's just a thing. Like, fucking wine o'clock or whatever they all say. The Facebook and all that shit. Like, at home with a bottle of wine. It's just like, why? Just drink whiskey.
Yeah, drink it by the box.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a girl's thing.
By the sack.
Yeah, I guess a box of wine is just like a goon sack. Is that all you're doing?
Yes, it is. It's a box of wine.
That's all it is.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
You just take it out of the box.
Yeah, but it has the like nozzle and you just squirt it in your mouth.
No, I know.
So it's fun to drink. It is fun.
Yeah.
But, if you're doing this all weekend, like nonstop just splashing a little wine in your mouth every couple seconds, it gets old.
Yeah.
It's good when you're on an open body of water. Have a sack with you?
Yeah. It is an outdoor drink.
It's an outdoor drink for sure.
Yeah, it's a summer.
You want a tree to hang it in.
You want a lawn chair.
Yeah.
I'll tell you where you're not going to be putting your wine. Musum backpacks.
Oh.
They do not hold any wine. Instant stains. Like immediate.
Yeah. You think?
Like just the...
Okay. Musum. You can...
I think that it's time to put them on blast. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got one of their promotional bags last week.
Okay.
And
let our listeners know about Musum backpacks.
Yeah, what did you put in it?
Well, I was like, oh, this is nice, long, sturdy bag. I'm going to make it my laundry bag. Sure. Yeah. The stink coming off that bag, it made my clothes even dirtier.
The new
somehow.
bag.
The new bag.
The new bag
It made
stink.
my clothes even dirtier.
Is it even possible?
Fuck, I'm telling you, there's something going on. I think these bags are like sweatshop
Oh yeah.
bags.
At prices like
something.
that, they're certainly sweatshop.
They gotta be.
They gotta be
It's-
sweatshop
the
bags.
smell you're describing, is it Bangladeshi?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like, you know,
Possibly
waterproofed with that gutter grease that they're making down there. You know, just a quick dip before they ship them out.
Yeah. That's how you know. It doesn't say made in Bangladesh anywhere. It's just dipped.
It just dipped.
It's just dipped.
Like a cone from Dairy Queen.
I'm
Yeah.
so bummed
These-
that recently found a Dairy Queen near the new house.
Yes.
And Skyler let me know that they do not have hot eats. It's only a cool treat building.
They might have hot
Ooh.
dogs.
Chili dog?
Ooh.
I don't know. I don't know. I went
I
there
want
one
a
time.
fucking Dairy Queen
This is
chili
a crowd
dog.
favorite.
Yeah.
Fucking unreal.
Their burgers are pretty good too.
Yeah.
Listen, if you're a Dairy Queen and you're going to be open all year round, you got to have hot fucking
You got a
treats.
hot treat.
Yeah,
Okay.
you gotta have hot treats. Yeah, no one's coming to get a fucking parfait in the
Or
winter.
else you're just a fucking ice
No.
cream shack. And what are you doing open in January? Psychos?
I remember like our like neighborhood Dairy Queen, like where we grew up, like was just like a staple after baseball practice or whatever. Like
Oh,
just
yeah.
go get an ice cream.
Yeah.
And it was like years. Like I'm probably 7 when I like realized like you can get other things here. Like Dairy Queen was always just
Oh,
like
dude.
just ice cream. And it's like, what's that other counter over there for? And it's like, oh, you can get like hot dogs. And she's like, what? How come we don't get hot dogs also? Like,
Mom!
what the fuck,
Yeah.
Mom?
Yeah.
Get Mr. Misty's
Yeah.
and shit with no hot dog to wash it down.
Dude, they are the second best burger to Burger King. They're also flame broiled.
Yep.
Wow.
It's a powerful
I remember the
burger.
first time I had a Wendy's burger and it came in a box with the fries. Like it looked like a KFC box.
Yeah.
Just fries and a burger in it with a sundae side. And dude, that was a game changer. And that was, yeah, right around like 7, 8, 9 years old.
Yep.
When you realize everyone's been lying to you your whole life, including your parents at Dairy Queen.
Yeah, it's fucked. Like when you're a kid, you're like such at the mercy of parents.
Oh yeah.
I
They don't wanna
remember
tell you
being
shit.
like in grade 3 and like being tipped up to like Subway sandwiches.
Yeah.
Like going over to my friend
Yeah,
Byron.
they're bigger than this.
Yeah, it's just like going over to Byron's house and he's like, "Oh, my grandma's, you know, bringing us lunch. What kind of sandwich do you want?" And it's just like, I don't know, like peanut butter. Like, and he's like, "No, from Subway." And I'm like, "What is Subway?"
yeah.
And then he's like, "Okay, I'll just get you like an assorted."
Yeah.
And then like grandma shows up with this like fucking foot-long sandwich with delicious
Yeah.
ingredients.
Yeah.
Bigger than your
Sauces
arm.
all over it, fucking the bread. It's like I've been fucked my whole life. I got cucked.
Yeah. Didn't
Like,
know.
how
Yeah.
come I'm not, you know, eating delicious sandwiches ever? Like, I thought a
Just
sandwich
peanut butter.
was fucking
Just
either
peanut
like leftover like turkey from Thanksgiving or peanut butter.
Yeah.
Like that was my idea of what a sandwich
Or a
was.
breakfast variety.
Like,
sandwich.
Jesus.
Yeah. So where it's at.
Yeah, we were
I
a
do enjoy
Mr.
this
We were a
stuff.
Mr. Sub family.
Yeah,
I don't-
I'm a Mr. Sub guy now.
yeah, I don't fucking fuck with that other shit.
I went to Subway,
Subway.
maybe 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
Just
There's
like,
one, yes.
yeah, I was walking home when my bike was constantly breaking.
Yeah.
And I stopped in at Mr. Sub, and it was like, oh, I'll just get like whatever the daily special is. And the lady, like, maybe this is a gripe. She was more useless than a Tim Hortons lady.
Wow. So you're
And-
sandwich artist.
That she was not a sandwich artist. She's like, do you want a soup to go with it? Make it a combo.
You guys are both artists. So.
She's like, oh, you want like a soup to go with your sub and make it a like lunch combo? I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'll do that. And she's like, looks at her like fellow employee, looks back at me. She's like, we don't have like soup on, so it'll be like 15 minutes. Like we have to make it. And it's like,
Wow.
well, why did you fucking ask?
Yeah, really.
You goddamn
If you
bitch.
didn't bring it up, I wouldn't have known.
I wouldn't have known. And it's like, and it's already
Yeah.
too late. Like I've already like tapped.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, like I'm like, can I have the like sub now and I'll have the soup after kind of like
Yeah.
fuck.
She's like, no, we got to make the soup, man.
Yeah, we gotta make the soup.
got
So she's
time
like,
for
yeah,
this.
yeah, like I'll make the sandwich and I'll bring it over and I'll bring you the soup when it's ready. And I'm like sitting there like waiting for, and I didn't even think, like I didn't even ask what kind of soup it was. I just said yeah.
Yeah.
So now it's like not only is this fucking soup coming whenever it's ready, but it's like mystery bowl.
Random.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And also, were you planning to stay there to eat?
No, but I am now.
Now you are.
Spend your whole day
Fucking
there.
here now.
They cucked you,
Yeah.
man. They cucked you hard.
Might as well stay for
You
another
got
meal
soup
after
cut.
that.
Yeah, and the soup was garbage, and it was so fucking hot, like it was lava. That's like I'm gonna be here another 5 minutes before I can even eat it.
Yeah.
Just came out of the microwave.
Yeah,
bud,
it
for
was
15
just straight
minutes in the
like
microwave.
mix into water into the microwave for 8 minutes at high.
Just blast
Yeah.
it in the microwave. Yeah. Oh fuck.
Fuck Subway, Mr. Sub guy. For
Yeah, I
sure.
don't fuck with the soups at these places. Like
No.
everything else there is questionable already. I wouldn't go to McDonald's for soup. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, if they had Big Mac soup, I'd try it. But
You know what? Like maybe McDonald's should put some soup on the menu.
It's
I don't
time.
Does
think
Tim
they
Hortons
should.
still
They're
have soup,
past
or
it.
have they completely?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they got soup.
Oh yeah.
But do they?
Yeah.
Yep.
They do.
Because they have everything else now. Like we were like, shout out to Uptown Grill.
Yeah.
Like walking back to the car from leaving Uptown Grill the other day, and the line to go into Tim Hortons at like 1:30 p.m.
Yeah.
on a Saturday, Sunday is fucking insane.
Yeah.
And we can just like see the menu, and they have like all this like jalapeno fucking sandwiches and shit. And
Oh
it's
yeah.
like, why
Every
the
week
fuck
it's
is this
something
here?
now.
Yeah.
Why is this?
Maple bacon, this
Yeah.
something sausage.
Yeah. They're fucked.
You know. Every fucking week it's something new. Just stick with the basics.
Basics. Make it easy to order. Make it basic, and get rid of the drive-through
We
for
need to
everything
get a
other than
petition
coffee.
out.
Yeah.
You can get coffee in the drive-through.
Yeah,
Anything else
that's
you
the
got to go
thing.
in.
Listen, we've talked about this every episode.
We're going to
since
until
we've started,
something
pretty
happens.
much.
Until there's
We
change.
gotta get a petition out there. You know, get it on Facebook.
Yeah, like some of them already have 2 fucking like drive-throughs as is, right? Like you
One
part-
should be express.
Yeah, one should be express with its own window.
I think the Dairy Queen model with the hot eats, cool treats, like there's 2 registers. Like you're not getting in, like
Yeah.
separate the store,
I like
divide
it.
it down the middle.
Yeah, I
Segregate
like
it.
it for sure.
Yeah, like Dairy Queen.
Segregate
Segregation.
Yeah.
between the hots and the colds.
Oh fuck.
Well, speaking of segregation,
Wow.
Wow, let's
Is
get
that
right
piss
into
on my
it.
back?
Yeah. Terrible. What was the name of this show?
It's this.
Yeah, what was the name of the show? The Devil That You Don't Know or something?
devil
The
inside me. or
Devil
something?
Inside
The
Me.
Devil Next Door, I think. The Devil Inside Me.
It's this like pretty great Netflix 5-parter about Jesus, the beers. Some like old Polish dude
Yeah.
that like gets accused of being Ivan the Terrible, Nazi death camp, like worst dude of all time. He gets exported to Israel to go to trial, and
Yeah.
hilarity ensues
Yeah, as usual.
as usual.
Well,
But like, soon
there
as this
is
show's
very little comedic value,
That
but
his lawyer was pretty fucked up.
his lawyer was so great.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
He looked like a cartoon.
Yeah.
He was a cartoon human
Yep, real cuck.
with like it looked like he had a fake beard and like really bad hair.
Yeah.
And like this mousy face, and a hunchback. Like
Yeah.
he was a fucking
And his like
cartoon.
shitty Porsche or whatever he had, like he had a nice car, but it was the ugliest fucking garbage version of it.
Yeah.
It was nice for 1984.
Yeah, it's like a bad 80s Porsche, and he's fucking ripping around in this red fucking thing, and it's like, man, you're garbage.
But even
Gold
like
chains.
everybody
If Ivan the
hated
Terrible
him.
had anything to do with this situation, you know what would happen. Yeah.
He's just so
Oh,
pissed
man.
off sitting beside him.
If you were sitting beside the actual Ivan the Terrible, like that wouldn't last long.
no.
But
I think the big takeaway here is, before we get into it, is that fucking don't trust Russia
no.
for anything.
Anything.
They are unreliable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Entirely unreliable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because even, it was like, where did you get this stuff? You know? Like, it just seems so out of left field. Everything
Just
that
like
they presented.
ratted on him for no reason.
Yeah. Didn't add up to me.
But then Russia
They were
was deflecting and somewhat helpful toward the end.
Yeah.
But also, everything they provided was forged.
Yeah.
Like, potentially.
So, like, what did this
Allegedly.
guy do, though, that, like, they had to do all that? You know what I mean? Like, that's what I just don't get. Like, what was...
Well, they said at the end, with, like, the American investigation of Ivan the Terrible, that this guy, John Demaniuk, or whatever his name was, he might not have been the Ivan the Terrible that everyone's referring to, but he had some participation and some role in, like, a handful of these death camps and training facilities.
He definitely
that even if he wasn't Ivan Demaniuk or Machenko or whatever, he wasn't the Ivan the Terrible.
Yeah.
He was a Ivan who was kind of terrible.
Yeah.
You know?
Just shitty Ivan.
That was one of
so, like, for him to have to go through all that shit is not really enough of justice, from my point of view, but it's something. At least that dude had to, like, suffer in his old age.
Oh, yeah.
With, like, some of the things, even though he never admitted to it. He's got to hold on to that shit.
Yeah.
And he's got to, like, I don't know.
He's a boss, though. Like, at the end when he's pretending to be way more, like, old than he was.
Dude, that was so obviously fake.
Yeah.
There was no...
So fucking
so
sick.
good. He did
There's,
it...
like, footage of him
He's
earlier
just mouth
that day.
open, getting wheeled into rooms with his mouth open and his eyes closed.
There's, like, footage earlier that day of him just, like, grocery shopping fine, getting in and out of the car.
Yeah, laughing.
But there was, like, one day, too, where they had to, like, drag him into court, remember? Like, he just, like, his legs didn't work.
His legs didn't work anymore.
And they just dragged him in.
All fake.
And it's like,
all
dude,
fake.
like, just use your fucking legs. Come on. Like, this is just embarrassing for you.
That was my tell, like, very early in the show. Like, is he, isn't he?
Yeah.
When he, like, just kind of accepted, like, I'm not him, but also I guess I'm willingly going to all this, and he's not, like, like, no, you listen, motherfuckers, I'm not a goddamn Nazi.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't defend himself at all, he just denied.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this guy's guilty
denied.
as shit. Like, he's definitely up to something.
Yeah.
But one of
he had a look about
I had
him
a
for
concern,
sure.
like, right away when the show started. All these people are saying, like, oh, Ivan the Terrible this, he did that, he used swords, he lopped off titties, he did all this, like, horrible things.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, how is there so many, like, eyewitness accounts? If he's a guy that's, like, sending you in to die, like, how is there so many people that have, like, stories? Like, didn't he kill everybody? Like, it made no sense. And that's where I'm kind of like, I feel like this Ivan the Terrible is not an actual person. It's just, like... an amalgamation of all the stories of, like, you know, whoever's working the door is real fucking mean, and he does it. He spits on people and he pulls on their ears and shit.
Yeah.
But it's like there's probably dozens, if not, 50 people that do that.
Yeah.
On a daily, like it's like
sure.
an entire death factory, and they
Well,
kind of just gave a name to it.
Like they had the aggression and murder and sociopathic outlets, but they didn't have like entertainment or like amusement, so they use these poor defenseless people and for their own sick
real sick
twisted amusement.
It was fucking,
so I'm sure there was more than just the one Ivan.
But even remember that one dude that they like testified had also like told a story about how he killed Ivan the Terrible. Right?
Yeah.
And, like,
well, I think that's kind of what RJ was saying. It's like he's like the guy at the gate or at the door right before you go to die, where it's like everyone knows who this person is, whether they've seen him or not. And it's kind of just stories get passed around like, oh yeah, we killed him in the uprising. And then it's like, did they? Or did they just kill
They killed
somebody
one,
else?
but there's like 9 people that have that job. It's like, this is an on 24-hour-a-day factory. Like, they got to shift.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you didn't see the same
There's
fucking guy.
There's going to be 3 a day.
And it's like,
3
I
Ivans
recognize him. I'll never forget him. And it's like, of course you'd forget him. I was like, I brought this up while like watching it with like Skyler and the roommate. It's like, Mikey, could you describe to me what your kindergarten teacher looked like right now?
Absolutely not.
No, absolutely not. And I saw that fucking lady every day for 8 hours a day for an entire year, 30 years ago. I don't remember what she looked like. Like, memories fucking fade.
I have a vague memory. Like
Yeah.
I couldn't pick her out of a crowd. I could describe her, like almost like silhouetted.
But if you got like here's a 6-up, like whatever they call that, like
No.
what the usual suspects, what that
Yeah.
thing fucking called? My brain doesn't work.
Like
A
just,
lineup.
The lineup. If you got a lineup of people that all kind of look similar,
Yeah.
it's like no.
I could totally. No.
And yeah,
I
Nazi
could-
death camp is definitely way more tragic, and that memory might be burned harder.
Yeah.
But it's also
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was 50 years ago. Everybody is aged, and all those like Aryan white Polish fucking guards look the exact same.
Yeah.
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 To base like a conviction on some like they said, undisputed facts about the Holocaust
Yeah.
and these death camps, and undisputed accounts of these people that were survivors of these death camps, to like pin it all on this guy based on testimonies that he's probably the guy they're referring
Yeah.
to. Like, I don't. Fuck. Like, there was not enough proof. There really was. I'm not a Nazi sympathizer like the
There was
fucking
not enough
grandson
proof.
is.
No.
Yeah,
It's
but
reasonable doubt. It's not.
it's reasonable.
That's
doubt,
a reasonable like. Even when it came down to like, does this guy look like the guy in that photo? It's like,
He
yeah,
did.
it could be him.
Yeah.
But then it's like,
Yeah.
but that document is not real, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's like that document was
Yeah.
forged, and they knew that right away. Like, oh, this isn't real. Like, that's just a photo slapped on something else.
Yeah.
But
anything Russian.
but it's like
is
we're
fake.
still going with it. It's like what that you didn't. That's
So
like
dumb.
you even acknowledge that there's like a stamp on like the paper, but it's not on the photo, which clearly means the photo was added after.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
what the fuck are you guys going on? Like okay, he kind of
Well,
looks
and
like that
then
photo that's
they fucking
irrelevant.
use other. Then they use. Then they use other Soviet evidence that comes out 10 years later when the
Yeah.
KGB is dismantled. They use evidence that, like, some fucking writing that, I don't even know what it was. What was it that got him off on the appeal?
I can't remember.
Yeah, some kind
It was
of
something
like
that the KGB provided him, where it was like, he admitted that he was from,
yeah, Serbo
these death
or
camps,
something. Sabradka.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely
Treblinka,
worked
Sorbital.
at a death camp.
Yeah,
But,
he definitely worked there.
Yeah, but was he the actual Ivan?
No, I don't think
it's,
they-
it's impossible to
Yeah.
tell.
Yeah.
It's impossible to tell. Did he do some shitty shit? Probably.
Oh, probably.
Could he have been the Ivan? Maybe.
Possibly.
There's
But does
potential.
that mean
but was
he
he?
should
You
be
can't say.
guilty of a crime? Like it was already established.
No, he should have. He should have been tortured in the last 20 years of his life, like he was. I feel like that's
yeah,
fitting.
I'm with you. Like
If he
morally,
was a willing
yeah,
participant-
I'm with you morally. I just mean legally. Like it was very like established in those
legally,
Geneva
yeah.
trials that like workers are not accountable as Dr. Goebbels or anyone that's like in charge.
yeah.
Like you can't.
Wait, what the hell did you just call me?
Goebbels?
Dr. Goebbels. Like you
you
can't
ever.
be like you can't put every soldier
Yeah.
on trial for like whatever they call those things, hate crimes.
Yeah. it's
One of
like
those
you're
made up things.
Yeah.
Crimes against
Yeah,
humanity.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can't like it's like they're soldiers. They're just following
Piss on
orders.
my back.
They were just following orders. So then it comes out like, oh, this guy probably wasn't Ivan the Terrible. He probably worked at a death camp. So we're still gonna charge him with like murder and all that shit. It's like, wait, I don't think you can do that though.
I guess they
Yeah,
did
it's
though.
tough.
Like
They did.
They did.
They did, but
Israel
they
fucking does
shouldn't.
whatever they want.
He
Anyways.
shouldn't.
Fucking Israel.
And I mean, he shouldn't legally. Morally, yeah, that guy's garbage.
Yeah.
He should burn and have his titties cut off and his all that shit that he maybe did to other people. But legally, like, there's no evidence and there's no precedent. Like,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
not fair. That's not what justice is.
You know what? Like watching this, like it's a long watch, but it's totally worth it. It is actually like pretty captivating
really good.
and being like historical. It was really good. I was really hoping that he'd come around and be like, this is and admit to something.
Oh, yeah.
Being
That'd
that
be
he
good
was so
ending.
old and that he was already going through the ringer that he just like.
Fuck
But
it.
if he did any of this stuff, or if he was Ivan the Terrible, obviously he's a sociopath, no empathy, no remorse, and that's why none of it was ever exposed, like from the horse's mouth. But we'll just never fucking know, and that's the saddest part about all this. Like, no one is gonna feel completely, I don't know, I guess rewarded by the outcome, whether it be any Jewish person or the family being that they went through the appeal, you know, and got him off. Like, no one's actually rewarded or satisfied with any of the outcomes.
Yeah. No.
You know, it's just sad. Like, everyone fucking suffers. And the irony is, now his sons really hate the fucking Jews.
Wow. He got railroaded.
That's the tragedy there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you create...
His firstborn sons, Zeke and Kyle.
Yeah. The whole country just fucking...
Fucking Israel. Their justice system made no sense. But I guess it was Germany that ended up, like, he got expedited or whatever.
No, it was in Israel.
The first trial in the 80s was, but then when they went back, as a super old man, he was in Germany.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got off on the first one.
Yeah, he went to jail in Germany.
Yeah, and it was like, when he was like 100, he went back to Germany. And that's the part that's like a little bit sad, where in the 80s, like, the courtrooms filled with all these, like, survivors, or at least first generation, like my mom was this person or whatever, and they're all upset, and there's witnesses, and he gets off because it's like there's no evidence.
Yeah.
And then 20 years later they haul him back to Germany. It's like, and all those people are definitely dead.
Yeah.
Like, no one is actually getting any sense of, like, justice or revenge. Like, they all died knowing this guy got off.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, that's sad. That's
sad.
tragic.
Yeah, they didn't... Like, that guy that was clearly, like, bonkers that took the fucking train from Israel to Florida.
From Florida, yeah.
That guy's definitely dead.
That poor guy.
Yeah, that guy's dead.
Yeah.
And the other, he doesn't remember his kid's name that died. Like, that's sad.
Yeah,
but
I think there's an argument, though. Like, the one guy makes an argument that he's like, English isn't his first language. He doesn't understand the question.
Still.
Yeah.
Like, fully.
Dumb.
That's true.
He doesn't
too.
understand fully.
That's
How'd you get to Florida? It's like, but if he did take a plane to Florida, you would remember that. Because it's the only time you've ever been on a plane in your entire life.
Yeah.
You know? So.
He did forget his fucking
took a
kid's
train.
name, though.
He did forget his kid's name.
Yeah.
And especially in that, like, moment
So
of, like,
it's not
crying,
credible.
like, and he killed my youngest boy.
Yeah.
And like, what was his name, sir? I don't know. What's my name?
Well, I'd try and forget that shit, too.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
You need to move on.
Like, he spent 80 fucking years of his life trying to put that in the furthest reaches of his mind.
Yeah.
Being haunted and traumatized by it. Like, yeah. They expect the memory to be anything but spotty at that age with that traumatic experiences. Like,
That's not happening.
you're asking too much.
And we're, like, I'm definitely in no position to, like, make a statement, which I'm about to make.
Here
But,
it comes.
like, time does heal all wounds.
Yeah.
So there would be a point when he doesn't wake up every day thinking about his son that died. Like, he does move on eventually.
Yeah.
It might take 50 years.
Eventually, yeah.
But there's a fucking very tragic story and a reaction he's going to get when he says, my son died in a death camp. And everyone's immediately like, whoa, that's fucking heavy. Respect, sorry.
Yeah.
And he gets that reaction at the party or wherever he's telling everyone, the museum, whatever he's doing. But
Probably
it's
not
also
the
like
party.
he's not, haunted by this every day, clearly. He doesn't remember the kid's name anymore.
Yeah.
Like, and
But he's also 94.
that's it, though. He's old and his brain doesn't work. But that's what I mean. Like, he's not actually, like, sad about this anymore. But he does get that reaction. Like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They, like,
Well, and, like, it's obviously, like, not something, like you said, something eventually he got over in some way. Like, it's not as heavy. He doesn't pull that much emotional weight. But, like, to talk about and bring it up is just going to stir up, like, impression of feelings that you've had your
that's
entire
what
life.
I mean. Like, he
They're
remembers.
not, like, active feelings. Yeah.
He remembers being sad, but he's not sad now.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, like, the memory of emotion.
Yeah. And I even in my, like, way shorter life than that, like, 90-year-old man, it's like, I can tell stories now about stuff I did, but it's like, I don't know if I actually remember that event. Like, I just know the story because I've told it before, and I'm telling that. Yeah. And that's the way I felt he's being interrogated. Like, this is a story. But then once it's, like, quick, like, what was the kid's name? It's like, fuck, I don't remember. Like, that was so long ago.
Motherfucker, don't ask
How the fuck am I supposed to remember that?
Yeah.
Like, this is... Yeah, I don't replay these events. I just have told the story a lot.
I totally know what you mean, yeah.
Yeah, we watched a thing, me and the roommate, one day on memory and how it's like nothing that you remember is exactly how it happened. And like everybody has like different memories of the same event differently kind of thing. But that like over time, yeah, like you do lose shit and that you know, maybe it was a person that's there or not there or what. There's always like little things.
Well, and it's like when you're around people talking about the same events or the same instance, it's like you kind of collaborate on
100%.
a general story that you both tell, right? Where it's like you remember this and I remember that, so then my memories become yours and yours become mine.
Yeah. And if you said like 3 things that I agree on, like, yep, that happened, you'll say the 4th thing and I'll go, yep, that happened. But it's like, I don't actually remember that.
Yeah.
And it might actually contradict what I remember. But since you're right on those other things, it's like I'm easily more swayed. Like, yeah, that guy's jacket was blue.
Yeah.
Even though I'm like, I'm pretty sure
that's a human condition.
Yeah, humans are dumb.
That's just, it happens. Yeah. Our memories aren't perfect.
Man, speaking of dumb, like that guy had some dumb family. He did.
Jorvik?
Like his fucking Ivan the Terrible.
Yeah.
Like his fucking kid, his grandkids especially. That guy,
his daughter,
full blown. His daughter, the grandson was a full-blown Nazi sympathizer with like a potential brain injury.
Well, look what happened.
Hoarder, every time they showed him in his house, there was like garbage all around him. You know, like he was not handling this very well.
We alluded to that already, though. Like the state of Israel stole their grandpa and put him on trial, like this fucking kangaroo court thing.
Yeah.
Like, you would develop some, hate for those people.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Whether or not it's in your genes.
When I say Nazi sympathizer, yeah, exactly. It probably runs in his genes a little bit. But
dad was Ivan Terrible.
Like, maybe he was, to me, I perceived him as a Nazi sympathizer, but I think he was more of, obviously, he was sympathizing with his grandfather.
Yeah.
More than... Yeah. Just Nazis in general. But some of the things he said, especially at the end, it was like the last episode, he's like, well, what would you do in that position? Of course you'd cut off a tit. You know, stuff like that. Where it was like, dude, I don't know that I would. I would. I mean, I might fall in line instead of getting killed, try to buy some time, but would I be cutting off tits? I don't think so.
You don't know until you're there, though.
You don't know until you're there.
Yeah.
But he came off like a total fucking asshole.
Yeah. I think there is something to being desensitized in those situations. Like you see the odd slaughterhouse video where the people that work at the slaughterhouses also kind of torture the animals for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're sick.
They're fucking sick, and it's like I don't know if you start sick and you get that job, or you're just there for years, slutting cows' necks that eventually it doesn't fucking bother you at all, and before you slut its neck, you're gonna cut its titty off.
Jesus.
Yeah, take a chunk of beef with you.
Bite it first and poke it in the eye, and then slit its neck.
Oh, but would you though?
No.
You're sick.
You're I think you're sick. But do you start sick or do you just get sick just being around it?
I think you start sick and then you develop into something sicker without even knowing. Because you are desensitized, like you said, by the violence and slaughter.
Yeah.
But you're obviously, if to go that far with being how sick you are by the end of it, you started sick in some way.
Oh, yeah.
You had to have.
Yeah.
But even, I don't know.
And, there's something weird that came up about how, I don't fully recall it, but it was something like, someone made a point, we can't just, condemn all of the Nazis. And it's yeah, you can. Yeah. And it's and then there was an argument that it was yeah, but some of them only did it for their own survival. And it's yeah, but now they're the bad guys.
Yeah.
They've made their fucking bed, and they can be condemned for their choices.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I get it. It was a sign of the times. It was kill or be killed. Fall in line. Or, that's it. You're done. But, yes, you should still be blacklisted and condemned.
Yeah.
And thought of as a fucking, animal of a human, for the choices you've made.
Yeah.
You don't just get to walk away because it was, that's what all the Germans did or all the Ukrainians did.
I love the end of
Some
that
of them
documentary when they just throw like Ford under the bus. And they're like, the Ford Motor Company took on everybody from that region. They asked
Nazi.
no fucking questions. And bizarrely, like, those people came to work every day. They did what they're fucking told. They worked hard, like, asked no questions. Like, it was almost like they came, like, ready to, like, they came with that, like, you know, Nazi work ethic. And it was like, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and the one guy was like, they probably played that role really well because they were hiding.
Yeah, it was.
Like, they didn't want to cause a scene. They wanted just to blend in with society, go to work every day, be quiet, like, you know, unthought of.
Yeah.
Because they were hiding.
Yeah.
And also they had, you know, the prior experience. Like, put your head down, work, don't ask questions.
Yeah.
You know, if you're cutting titties or just, like, laying out some
Nazi
brake lines.
work ethic.
Yeah, cutting brake lines now.
Cutting brake lines instead of titties off. Like, just shut up and do it.
Yeah, I know Ford was totally like a sympathizer. Yeah, I think he was part of the Nazi Party of Germany.
I think he supplied military vehicles and
I don't think
funds.
I don't think he did that, but he fucking was like the only American-born party member of the Nazis.
I'm pretty sure he gave supplies in some way or another.
I think he would have been doing it for the American.
Yeah, I don't think you had any choice
I
back
think
then. He had to just... You're making tanks for the USA now. Because, like, Volkswagen and all those companies made the German stuff.
Yeah. Volkswagen
didn't make shit, man.
They made tanks. And they made Jeeps.
Did they?
Yeah.
No,
they
didn't.
No, they
didn't
didn't
make Jeeps. No.
For the war effort, you don't think so?
I think like to say put a badge on one of those Nazi Jeeps called a Volkswagen is no. It's chicken before the egg type of situation. It's
You think Volkswagen
they're
came
two
out
different
of Nazi
things.
Party?
Yeah, exactly. But was
used to have
Volkswagen
a
a thing
friend, I'm not gonna
before?
name
Maybe
names.
were the resources that
Oh,
the Volkswagen. Yeah, like they
used to have
used
a
the
friend that
resources,
was
but I don't
like,
think Volkswagen. Anyways.
My buddy used to be like a Volkswagen guy. Like, he only had Volkswagen cars.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think
he would
know the same guy.
Yeah, we know what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Long, cool hair. And he used
I thought you meant pickle.
not pickle. But this guy used to like joke about like the heater in his Volkswagen Rabbit was like a real fucking good heater.
Yeah.
And that was like Nazi technology.
Oh,
Like,
really?
they make a good furnace.
Dude, you know what's funny? I got a buddy up north that had an old Jetta, and he used to say the heater was like a wood stove on high. Like it was the best heater he had ever had in any car.
Nazi technology.
He never went as far as to allude that the Nazis were responsible for it, but I see the parallel. I see the parallel.
It's a known thing. They have a good heater.
Yeah.
Well, they got an early jump on the technology, that's for sure. Experimented with fuel sources.
I think Fanta is a Nazi thing as well.
The drink?
Yeah.
Tastes like it. Tastes like it.
Tastes
yeah.
like Nazism.
Yeah.
And
Have you ever seen a black insane clown?
Ow.
Oh, they drink Faggo. Sorry, I'm thinking Faggo. I'm thinking Faggo, not Fanta.
It's that biz on my back.
I know Hugo Boss made Nazi clothes too.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
they're-
real sharp dressers.
Yeah, like the SS
Like that's one,
uniforms
like not
was
Nazi
Hugo Boss.
sympathizing, but they looked real fucking cool.
Yeah, they're just very intimidating.
Yeah.
I can't even picture him.
You can't picture Hugo Boss's uniforms? Like like with the way they dress, like those were sharp outfits.
All black.
I'd have to have a second look.
Yeah.
You just picture any Nazi uniform.
Yeah.
That's what it was. They looked fucking sick.
Dude, it's Sunday. Just fucking leave me alone, okay?
Oh,
Yeah, it's a symbol of hate and horrible people, but
sharply done.
sharply
It
done.
didn't look cool.
When they did the parades and shit, like it looked great. Like all their flags everywhere and all walking and doing those things. Like, yeah, good choreography. The Americans don't do that.
No.
Shit was on point.
No, they really
No,
don't.
you can't say the USA's #1 and fucking walking around like a baseball stadium, like saluting each other. Like they don't do that. It doesn't
always
look
like a thing. Like,
Well,
it's
they
like
got
a
marching
sign
bands here.
Yeah, it's true.
now, not then.
But I mean, like,
You think the Nazis are responsible for
I
marching
do.
bands?
That's where they got the idea.
Wow. That's some conspiracy.
yeah.
If we can just string this all together into a child sex ring, we're done.
Yeah. They discovered that they couldn't fucking goose.
You guys
stuff and
didn't hear
play
any of
their
that. You
instruments.
didn't hear any
Oh,
of
we
that.
heard you. Oh, but there's a sex connection for sure.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Epstein, something.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, it's there for sure.
Definitely. But this is a.
These are Jeffrey Epstein's dying words.
I piss on my back. It's piss.
It's piss.
Piss. It's piss.
And then he died.
That guy died.
Jeffrey
And then
Epstein.
he died. Yeah, immediately
Oh,
after that.
Jeffrey Epstein. It's piss on my back. And then he was
I
choked.
piss on my back.
Why does he sound drunk?
Well, I think it had to do with the alcohol fetal condition he was born in. If I had to guess.
The position you're born in. Oh, he's in the alcohol fetal position. Oh.
Well, tell that to that guy's face.
I fucking, like, I really respect the guy's fucking, whenever, like, it was too much for him, he just faked not being able to move.
Oh yeah.
That, you know, it's
I
like
wanna
just
do that.
pretending to sleep.
That's the best part.
Yeah. Have the talk about stealing stuff earlier and how you gotta be brave to do it. It's like, imagine the balls that guy has and just be like, I'm gonna pretend like I can't walk or hear or see anything.
I'm just gonna go mouth first into every room.
Yeah. And start shitting
Tongue
and pissing on
first.
yourself. Yeah.
And then they throw him in jail, and he's like gardening and happy.
Yeah,
and just
you got
like
so
totally
much fan
normal.
mail.
Yeah, oh yeah, I bet he's gonna get
Yeah.
remarried. Or he's probably dead.
He's dead.
No,
He's
he's
totally
dead.
dead.
He's totally dead.
He totally died.
Not remarried.
No,
No.
no.
Well,
I
it's-
heard he was buried next to Marilyn Monroe.
Wow, lucky her.
Ass up.
That's up next time is
That's up,
terrible.
No, you know who actually got buried next to Marilyn Monroe? This is pretty sick.
Kennedy?
Is Hugh Hefner.
Oh, wow.
Not sick in a good way. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, that is kind of weird.
Why is that weird?
Yeah.
But they love her.
Because she was like a fucking sex slave, basically, for Hollywood.
Yeah.
She was like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
she
so-
was
so-
marketed towards
Guess
the
that.
elite. And it's like, and I'm sure he pimped her out from time to time. It's just weird.
He definitely
I
hit
don't
it.
know.
He must have loved her back in like 1940 or whenever the hell that was.
Yeah,
And then he lived a really
Oh,
long
he
and
for
wonderful
sure
life.
loved her.
but lonely without his Marilyn.
these are also Hugh Hefner's dying words.
I piss on my back. It's piss.
Oh, fuck. So who is this?
And then he died.
Who is this? Is like the guy's son, this clip of pissing on his
Son-in-law.
dog.
The
The son-in-law, yeah.
The son-in-law.
And he's a lawyer
Yeah.
also, right?
he
Was he?
plays one on TV.
Yeah, he's the one that did a lot of the work though. Like he did more work than the actual lawyer.
Really?
I think.
He's
Is he
the
the
one that
got, did he get fired? Was it that one?
I don't know if he got. No, that was
no.
like the American.
That was
Yeah.
Michael Connor or whatever.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is the guy that like went to like Russia to meet the KGB and like get the docs. He's that guy.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he was the one married to the guy's daughter, Ivan's daughter.
Ivan the Terrible's daughter,
Yeah. Rebecca.
Rebecca the Terrible.
Rebecca the Terrible. Yeah. Yeah, it was good. It was a interesting one. There was a cool movie out. I have no idea what it's called, but Oscar Isaac is in it and Ben Kingsley. And Ben Kingsley plays a Adolf Eichmann, and it's kind of like the same idea of like he got away and went and lived in Argentina for years, and then Israel found him and extradited him and sent him to prison. But he was actually like
the guy.
Yeah, he like created the death camps. Like it was his idea. So they're like, yeah, and he confessed to that too.
He's proud of it.
Yeah,
that's good work.
Someone's gotta take credit for that. I like that bitch Ivan.
Yeah, Ivan fucking titty topper. Yeah, I feel like lots of those, Nazis all got away to Argentina, and that's pretty fucked. Like Argentina's just like, whatever. Come in, change your name.
Yeah. We'll provide refuge.
Yeah, they were like sympathizers as well, right? Like
I'm one of those believers too that like Hitler got away.
Really?
I believe it.
Oh yeah, for sure he got away. He didn't kill himself.
Trust the fucking
He's
Russians.
too much of a drama queen.
The Russians say they found the body and burned it before there was any like evidence collected. It's like,
See, but the only reason why I believe the Russians on it now is because originally they did lie and said that they didn't find him. Like they didn't. It wasn't until like the 60s that they admitted that they killed him and had the body, or like they didn't kill him, right? But they found his body, what they thought was his body.
Yeah,
because he was burned and shit. But yeah, Stalin was like, no, we never found him. Like, instantly played mind games with America.
I remember some like Discovery Channel like DNA show like I watched years ago, and they'd do like DNA profiles on famous people and like find shit about them.
Yeah. And
they did an episode on whatever Hitler's girlfriend's name was, Ava Braun.
Yeah.
And it was like the big fucking reveal that she was Jewish. Oh, and it's like, can you believe it? After all this, like, he married a Jewish woman.
Yeah.
And my answer was like, oh, does that just prove that that's not Ava Braun? Like it doesn't prove anything. It's like, that's a really like ironic twist that you can throw on the story. Or that's some random fucking skeleton that they think is her.
Actually her.
Yeah, not her.
Yeah, that's true. Because I don't think they burnt her body.
I think they're both skeletons burned up.
Yeah, maybe.
All burned up.
I thought they had like a corpse of like a Hitler lookalike for a little bit.
There's
that
like
part
a
of, like,
photo.
The original conspiracy?
Yeah, there's a photo you can find that looks like Hitler, but they say that's either is him or it's like a lookalike because he is like had a bunch.
Was he dead?
Yeah, like dead body Hitler.
Nice.
Like if I had to guess, if I had to put money down, I'd say Hitler escaped over Elvis living and Tupac living.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah. Okay.
Hitler for sure could have lived past his expiry date.
He'd have to shave his fucking mustache and no one would know what he looks like. It'd be so easy to get away.
Shave his hair, shave his mustache.
That's why I think he had
cardigan.
The mustache. That's my escape plan.
Yeah, easily remove.
Easily take that off. No one's gonna be looking for me. And like, I guess if you really know what the dude looks like, you'll like, hey, I think that's
Hitler.
Like Brad Pitt shave his mustache
in 1946.
Yeah, and if he's just got his like head down, getting on a plane, like flying to Argentina, like you could get away.
The thing is, how many people had seen images of Hitler at that point? Probably not that many, because it's like maybe in newsprint.
Yeah, there's no TV back then.
Pictures.
Would have been in the newspapers.
But
sure,
and even then, it's like there's videos of Hitler, but like no one saw that until
you weren't
the
showing
60s.
that in the
You know what I mean? Like
movie reels.
Might be like a newsreel before a matinee or something. Like it's all photos back then.
No, how many people had actually? And like if he shaved his mustache, put on glasses, and wore normal clothes, like he would probably just blend in with society.
Stop that! Like a fucking
Didn't wear his cool Hugo Boss uniform. Just wore normal clothes.
Yeah.
Stop screaming at everybody about the Jews. You blend in real well.
Blend right in. Yeah, I could buy that. I think, especially back then, anything's possible.
Anything's
right?
possible.
You could just wisp away in the night.
Those were the days.
Did Hitler have children?
No.
I think he had relatives.
No.
Like I also saw some other documentary about like just
illegitimate
like cousins or nephews.
children?
No, like no descendants, like cousins or something.
Yeah.
Really?
And they all like did like willing like sterilization, to, like end the bloodline.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Wow.
like-
That's a bit extreme.
it's extreme, but they're like there's so
Just
much guilt
injected some
being
gravy
like
into
a
their penises.
German in
Yeah.
1950,
Yeah.
and like I live in
Oh
Germany,
my
and
God.
Hitler was my uncle, and everyone's like, ooh,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, okay, like
Maybe just don't tell people
fucking-
that.
Yeah,
I think it's the other option. You don't have to fucking get
Just-
sterilized.
Well, I'm sure there's some proud Nazis out there.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
lots.
That's
Yeah.
true.
I think they all are.
Oh,
That's
they're
part of the
definitely-
problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I
They're
saw,
all way too proud.
Yeah.
it's weird. There's a story I saw the other day about how the home that Hitler lived in when he was a child, like his birth home, is like in Austria. They're turning it into a police station
Oh,
to like purposely
Oh, yeah.
keep it from being like where people would go to as
Pilgrim?
like yeah, exactly.
Yeah. A monument.
Yeah, like no one's going to a cop station. Bunch of skinheads.
Yeah, no one wants to go to a cop station. Good,
No.
good move.
Yeah, so it's of course you're gonna sterilize your whole fucking bloodline. That's fucked.
That is fucked.
That's so Hitler. Of course they would do that.
Oh yeah, it's in their blood to be very
Yeah, they're
brash
so
with their decision
Hitler
making.
of them.
Yeah, you wouldn't make that decision. It's the only solution.
Fucking making these fucking solutions and ending bloodlines.
Yeah. It's always fucking death with you guys. Taking lives. But yeah, it was an enjoyable
It was
watch.
great. It's a good story.
Yeah.
Lots of debate.
It was.
But-
It was good.
I feel like we should wrap it up. Maybe Mike play that soundbite a few more hilarious times.
I'm piss on my back.
If you need me to.
I love how there's no context outside of just piss on my back.
Piss on my back.
It's piss.
It's piss. It's piss, dude. That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
Piss.
It's piss. Oh fuck.
Okay, let's wind this fucker down.
It's piss.
He throws a little laugh in that one.
Thank you, Frontline Fiesta. Thank you, piss on my back guy.
Yeah.
See you next week.
See y'all next week.
Have a good night.
Thanks everybody for tuning in this week. We are Pretty Much Experts. You can check us out on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and YouTube. While you're at it, go have a look at our Facebook page. You can ask an expert any time of day or night, whatever you like. And if you're into it, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. We want to hear from you, baby. Thanks again everybody. Tune in next week. We are Pretty Much Experts, and we love you, I guess.